Okay, hi, I'm Tim Ogden, and this is my pitch for Down by the River. It is a drama in the style of a Southern Gothic, and the major theme running through the whole movie is what would you fight for? Now, our hero James is a guy who took the easy way out of life, and this ultimately landed him in his current position, which is down and out. Not everyone who commits crimes for a living makes a decent wage, and our hero is a shining example of that. He lives with his girlfriend Autumn, who is also looking to leave her life of crime. And they reside in the town where they grew up in, which is basically a minute populace of decaying American ideologies. When we first meet James, he's been out of the game for a while. He's on the straight and narrow, and he's really looking for a second chance, not to mention a second job. So we see him nursing a drink and looking through the classified ads when walk in is Bobby, a tall and hefty soldier for the local mafia. Bobby is bringing bad news with him. He tells James that his girlfriend has lifted a large sum of money and that there will be hell to pay if it isn't returned. Now, this doesn't sit well with James, but he has no reason to really doubt Autumn. He hasn't before. So the next morning, James wakes early to get the house together. He and Autumn are planning a not-so-subtle escape from an otherwise Detroit syndrome town in the Bible Belt. A call from Bobby again may put a hitch in their plans, though. Again, Bobby threatens James to return the money or suffer a fate worse than not leaving the town. So James sits Autumn down and he questions her, and she ultimately admits to taking the money, telling him that it was for them and their better life, their better future. James has a lot to struggle with this because he has to convince himself that one choice is better than the other. Well, he chooses the money, actually, and he convinces himself that that she's right. This will be better for them in their future. They'll live better, happier lives. So the plan is to hide the money, which Autumn hasn't told James where it's at, and to hide Autumn at a friend's house until it's time to come pick her up. A short time after James is feverishly trying to get his car started, local sheriff pulls up, Deputy Ford. He's a rather cool-headed man who cuts right to the chase. He just, no thrills, no bullcrap, no nothing. He informs James that Autumn's gone missing. Her wallet and bloody shoe were found in a relatively busy part of town on the side of the road. James immediately suspects Cliff of claiming retribution, and he scurries to find a way to get to him. So he calls his old friend Marvin, who is basically a malnourished ne'er-do-well whose only crime was wanting to feed himself. But he betrays James, and Cliff and his soldiers ambush him. They beat him and give him a deadline to return the money by. So James is knocked unconscious, and when he awakens, he's on the front porch of his old mentor, Nathan, who's actually more of a father figure. He's a person who was helping James consider all the right choices when he was clearly making the wrong ones in his youth. Nathan teaches him a thing or two about guerrilla fighting tactics, and tells him that if leaving town is the best thing for him, and he can't leave without Autumn, then he better find her quick, because they obviously both need to be getting out of town soon. When James finally makes his way to Cliff's compound in a grand interest, in a surprise twist, Nathan gets himself caught and is himself in need of saving. So James has to fight through Cliff's soldiers and ultimately decide what types of lives are worth ending for better ones to continue to flourish. He saves Nathan, but actually he kills Cliff before he can learn the location of Autumn. So this makes James both a blessed and a broken man. His family is fractured. But his fate would have it a picture apparently offers 1,004 words. Because on the back of a photo of him and Autumn read the words "down by the river." And suddenly, James knows where she's been held. He races through the woods and he finds her shackled to a tree. And he breaks the ground rig and helps Autumn carry her chains through the woods to their better lives, to the end of the movie. The better future has begun. So that's it. That's my pitch. I hope you enjoyed it. This was take number 9.